Another beautiful Monday to keep you updated in the world of sport. A lot happening, especially in Nigeria. Athletics all the way to Benin, Edo State, where we have the national trials. Of course, these will be those that will be representing Nigeria to the African Championships and the Paris Olympic Games. Talking about the Paris Olympic Games, we're just days away to that love city where athletes will march on to the Love City for a very beautiful ceremony. First of its kind would have a different opening ceremony at the Seine River and the Paris capital over there. Remember that the Nigeria Premier Football League was just one match day to go before the wrap of the season, but we have the champions already. These and many more we have on the show today. You can follow our social media platforms at News Central TV. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hashtag in the game. Join the conversation. We want to feel your feedback. I am Onyinyechi Obaru. Let's give you our top 5 stories making the rounds in the world of sport. I will start out with the happenings from the Nigeria Premier Football League, where Bayelsa United, they narrowly defeated Shooting Stars of Ibadan 2-1 on Sunday. The matchday 37th fixture at the Samson Siasia Stadium in Enugu was marred by crowd violence and an attack on one of the 3SC player, a goalkeeper Okemute Oda. 3SC took an early lead in the 27th minute through Christian Pelbara. Despite facing intense pressure from the home team, the Ibadan side were reduced to 10 men shortly after when Aniyokaye Adeleye received a second yellow card. The second half turned chaotic when a fan invaded the pitch to attack 3SC goalkeeper. After a brief stoppage, play resumed with both teams seeking goals. Bayelsa United, desperate to avoid relegation, equalized late in the game through a controversial fair play situation. They then scored the winner in stoppage time after the referee added 10 minutes to extra time. The match concluded with Bayelsa United employing time-wasting tactics, including keeping balls away from the 3SC players, until the referee, Buhari Bawa from Gombe State, blew the final whistle. These are the kind of antics you play when it gets to that roundup of the 2023-2024 season. Nobody wants to get relegated, and those who will be seeking for the Champions League spot, they already decided. But moving away from there, Athletic Bucabura Mara clinched the Colombian Football League title by defending Independiente Santa Fe in a thrilling penalty shootout in Bogota. Bucaramanga's first 1-0 win, courtesy of Freddy Hanan Torres' goal, provided a crucial edge going into the decisive match at the Nemesio Canacho El Capin Stadium. Following their victory, thousands of jubilant Atletico Bucaramanga fans gathered at the Alfonso Lopez Stadium to celebrate the club's maiden Colombian League championship. The festive gathering occurred the day after their dramatic triumph over Santa Fe in the final of that 2024 Apertura tournament, marking a historic achievement for the team and its devoted fans. Oh, they say if you want to see beautiful ladies, those who love football, ladies who will juggle the ball with heels, go to Brazil. Of course, you would get them over there. So, the Southern American side, they are doing wonderfully well in football, and you can see ecstatic fans over there after clinching a maiden trophy for the club. Away from that, during a pre-match conference in the world of boxing, all eyes turned to the smallest member of the Benavides family, Anthony by his name. The 3-year-old son of David Benavides and Karina Silva stole the show at the Gervonta Davis vs. Frank Martin event in Las Vegas. David Benavides went on to secure a decisive victory by unanimous decision. Anthony's heartwarming antics, including throwing a remarkable combo and playfully calling out Calano Alvarez, added an emotional touch on Father's Day. Born in September 2020, Anthony, the son of Benavides, has grown up immersed in boxing, showcasing impressive skills at his tender age and becoming a beloved figure in the sport as naturally as breathing. At just over 3 years old, his boxing skills are already a stuff for a legend. Emotions ran high as Benavides' son charmed the audience, showcasing impressive moves and playfully calling out Canelo Alvarez, making a memorable day for Father's Day on a beautiful Sunday. Of course, you know that Anthony will take over from Benavidez himself, who is a great boxer, and he's asking for Canelo Alvarez. Please come to the 4-square robe and let's have a tete-a-tete. Moving away from that, Grant Stenier, former head of the Formula One team, he suggests that Logan Sargent could face dismissal following the 2024 season conclusion. In a surprising move, the FIA has now sanctioned the entry of young drivers such as Kimi Antonelli into Formula One, eliminating, of course, the previous minimum age requirement of 18 years. 17 years old, who have consistently shown exceptional skills and maturity in single-seater Formula car, are now eligible for a super license at the discretion of the FIA based in Paris. This decision appears to align with reports that Mercedes affiliate Williams team, they sought the FIA approval for Antonelli's early participation in the Formula One events. The Italian prodigy, of course, anticipated to succeed Lewis Hamilton at the Mercedes in 2025. He's been actively groomed by his manager, Toto Wolff, for an early Formula One exposure. We'll be waiting to see a great move by the FIA to tone down on that regulation about drivers under 18. So we get to see Antonelli make his debut in 2025. I cannot wait. A disappointing news coming just before the start of the Paris Olympic Games as Jamaica, they have received a major setback since the men's 4x400 team will not make it to the Paris Olympic Games for 2024. This comes after the team failed to make it to the top 16 in their final bid on Sunday. Hence, they will be left out of the global competition. The team comprising of Raheem Hales, Jane Vaughan Powell, Kima Farouk Haksin, and also Torres Rodin, competed at the NACAC, the New Life Invitational held in Nassau, Bahamas. They managed to run an astonishing 2:59.75 seconds at the competition, but failed to run faster than 2:59.12 seconds set by Zambia in March. This marks the third time the team was making an exception from qualifying for the global bonanza called the Olympic Games. Something is happening indeed when it comes to sprint in Jamaica, but the 4x400 meters relay team, the Jamaican team, will not be making it to Paris Olympic Games. So there you have it, our top 5 stories at this time. We'll return with more updates in the world of sport. Do not go anywhere. In the Game continues. Back now, it's time to talk football. Everything about the Nigeria Premier Football League and the match day 37. Enugu Rangers, they have clinched the 2023-2024 Nigeria Premier Football League title with 1 game to spare. This is after defeating Benin Insurance 2-0 in their final home match of the season at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium in Enugu. So what better way to have this team clinch the title than on the home turf? Of course, the victory secured the Flying Antelopes their 8th league title and first since 2016, aided by the losses of their challengers Remo Stars and Eimba matchday 37 fixture. Remo Stars were defeated 2-1 by Sunshine Stars in Akure, while Eimba fell 2-1 to relegation threatened Sporting Lagos at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena. Fidelis Ilechukwu's men, they were leading by 2 points going into matchday 37. Quickly, they took control against Benin Insurance with Kenechukwu Agu opening the scoring line at the 34th minute and Chidebere Nwobodo doubling the advantage in the 65th minute. What a way to crown the season with a title and a home turf. Enugu Rangers have something indeed to celebrate, to thank God about. Let's go to the pitch and see how that played out in Enugu. The days of Christian Chukwu is just, of course, resonating in the air for those who follow Nigeria Premier Football League. The teams, we had Benin Insurance at that time, Nwanyanwon and all. They right now will have smiles in their faces, seeing Enugu Rangers with the red flares over there in Enugu. Now, with this victory over Benin Insurance, we have Fidelis Ilechukwu. He has guided Rangers to an unassailable 5-point lead, amassing 67 points in the current standing. Oh, Fidelis Ilechukwu. I remember when he was with MFM. He has been on a torrid ride in the Nigeria Premier Football League. I remember that he had finished with the MFM at second position, though he could not have a great run with them in the 2018-2019 season. But a little bit of hope there. They finished 11th in the 2017-2018 season. The 2018-2019 season, he was with Heartland FC. I remember that change of power from the Hopus on Dima, not forgetting the likes of Ihedioha to Hopus on Dima as the governor of Imo State. That really toppled the chances of Heartland at that time. So he left Heartland. With the COVID-cancelled season, we didn't see anything from Fidelis Ilechukwu at 2019-2020, but he joined up with Plateau United at the 2021-2022 season, and they finished second. So Ilechukwu seems to be the Jose Mourinho of Nigeria Premier Football League. He has that swag, he has that smile, he has that charisma, he has all the dramas you can ever think about in the Nigeria Premier Football League, and he's journalist favorite. They always run to him for post-match reactions because he has one. It's tale to tell. He has something to do that will, of course, trend on social media. Now, talking about the 2023-2024 season, Ilechukwu has done it finally. Oh, finally, he is a champion. He is a title winner in the Nigeria Premier Football League. For those who do not watch the NPFL, you're missing a lot because these are where the banters are coming from. These are where the talks about football you have to follow up to see the torrid run of the man who is known as Jose Mourinho of the NPFL, Fidelis Ilechukwu. Now, Rangers will now face relegated threatened Gombe United in their final match at the Pantami Stadium next week. Maybe that's where we'll have the coronation. Of course, we do not expect Rangers to lose that game. They must finish the season on high with a win. Now, that game will be a formality for their coronation. They were founded in 1970. This is Rangers' 8th NPFL title. Let's see the run of those who have won the NPFL for the seasons. Remember, the 2019-2020 season had no winner due to COVID-19. At that time, there was a shutdown of every single activity. But Rangers won 2023-2024 season, you can see, and they have their 8th title. They won it in 1974, 1975, 1977, 1981, 1982, 1984, 2016, and now 2014. Those who are trailing behind in this graphics with 9 titles to their name is Eimba. Eimba won in 2001, 2002, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, 19, and 2023 under the guidance of Finidi George. We have Rivers United with 4 titles in 97, 2004, 11, and 2022. So Eimba toppled Rivers United run in the Nigeria Premier Football League, clinching the title in 2023. Akwa United has got 1, and these are a team who tried to battle survival away from the relegation zone in the Nigeria Premier Football League. Now, we have COVID-19 cancelling the 2019-2020 season. Was an abridged version of the league at that time. But Eimba got 8. I beg your pardon. We have Eimba at 9 at that point where they have the 2023 season. All right, let's move away from that and show you what the table is looking like right now. Only Eimba with 9 titles. Of course, they have more league champions than Flying Antelopes. Meanwhile, Remo Stars, they will be looking to make their way through to another historic run to punch their ticket to a Continental appearance from the CAF Champions League or the CAF Confederation Cup. Looking at the standings right now, we see Rangers at 67 points, 5. They lead with 5. Remo trailing over there with 62 points. Eimba sit at third, even after being docked of 3 points in that game against Doma United. They sit at fourth position at 60. Shooting Stars have 59 points. Plateau United have 58. And Lobby Stars have 58. Let's see the bottom 6. Now, there is a situation there. Anything can happen in the bottom 6. Anybody can be pushed to the relegation zone. Already confirmed as relegated teams are Heartland and Gombe United. But you see, Doma United, Sporting Lagos, Aqua United, Bayelsa United, they still got a chance. Anything can happen. Bayelsa can be drawn to the relegation zone. Sporting Lagos can be also if they do not step up their game. And if they can keep up that win against Eimba, of course. You saw that at the Mobology Johnson Arena. So Bayelsa United at the bottom 6 lead with 47 points. Aqua United at 46. Sporting Lagos and Aqua United share the same point, but just goal difference differentiating them, putting Aqua United ahead of Sporting Lagos. Doma United 43. If they do not win, remember that the champions already crowned champions will be facing Gombe United in their final game of the season. So we'll be waiting to see what that can, how that can pan out for the likes of Sporting Lagos. Just a little chance, a little blip, and they fall down to be relegated. We were hoping that we'll see 4 Lagos teams in the NPFL for the 2024-2025 season. But right now, it's looking like we might get to see only 3 teams from Lagos in the 2024-2025 season. Let's see the NPFL facts right now to tell you who and who will be making for the CAF Champions League, the CAF Confederation Cup, and for those who would have a chance after the FA Cup win. The first position, which of course clearly you can see that Rangers are the ones who occupy that right now, they would make it to the CAF Champions League automatic ticket. Only 3 teams will make it and pick Continental tickets. The 3 teams will have the first in Champions League, the second in Champions League. At this point, who we can see in second are Remo Stars. So if Remo Stars can keep that to the last day of the 2023-2024 season, they can be able to get a CAF Champions League ticket. CAF Confederation Cup can be for the likes of Eimba, who will sit at 3rd position. They will make it to the CAF Confederation Cup if they can keep up that pace to the last day of the season. While there is 1 Continental ticket for the FA Cup winner. The bottom 4, that's those placed at 17, 18, 19, 20, will be relegated. And the second division teams who have just gotten promotion right now, they will be given a chance into the NPFL for the next season. Talking about the likes of Nasarawa United, Beyond Limits, not forgetting others who also punched their ticket. We're waiting to know who are the deciders from the semi-final of the NNL that will be played in Abuja. All right, for the bottom 4, 17, 16, 19, 20 will be relegated to the second division. Goals difference count. So let's say the bottom 6 again. And remember that I did tell you that the likes of Sporting Lagos and Aqua United are sharing same point. So if this remains this way and they play their final game, the goal difference will count. At this point, Aqua United might get an advantage and not be in the relegation zone. But Sporting Lagos, Doma United, Heartland, Gombe United, they occupy 17, 18, 19 and 20. So at this time, if they do not keep up, for Gombe and Heartland who have been relegated already, their fate already doomed for the NNL, Sporting Lagos and Doma United, still, they have a slight chance to make it out of the relegation zone. All right, we'll continue the conversation of the Nigeria Premier Football League. Let's go on a short break, and when we return, our guests will join us to have a broader look of the NPFL. Welcome back. Still talking about the Nigeria Premier Football League. We have our guests joining us all the way from Abeokuta. We have Michael Imievan. Thank you so much, Michael, for joining me on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's indeed a pleasure to be here on the show with you.
It's a pleasure to always have you, especially to talk the NPFL. I must say that congratulations are in order for Enugu Rangers. They have been crowned the champions of this season. But looking at how the run went, we're hoping to see the running into the title, and finally it got decided that it was a 2-horse race. It started from a 3-horse race, of course. Then it dropped to 2-horse race. Then we had the champion after that very wonderful performance in the matchday 37. What was the key thing about Rangers picking this title at this time? An 8 for Rangers and the first for Coach Ilechukwu.
Well, one key thing I would say about Rangers winning the title is the key decision from the state government to appoint Mbappe Olympic as their new CEO. I remember that Rangers were inches away from getting last season in the NPFL. This season, they about how they wanted to change the face of Rangers International as a club, and they had to bring back their former TM, and that's the team manager in Amubi.
All right, I think we're having network glitch there.
New CEO.
Mike, are you with me?
So we really consider the combination. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, go ahead, please. We're having network issues before.
So we can see the combination of him and Ilechukwu to help the club to another title, the 8th time. The last time they won it was in 2016, and it is not a coincidence that the TM then is now the CEO and 2 titles since 2016 and now. So that being said, and I also have the feeling that Rangers were able to do a 10 games unbeaten run during the course of the season. No other side in the league has been able to do that. So if you can go 10 games unbeaten run in the course of the season, then you're as good as enough to be crowned champions of the NPFL. And also, in the second stanza, their away form was really good. And in fact, they were in the last 5-6 matches, they were close to making it 5 unbeaten runs until Shooting Stars got a 1-0 win over them. So it's just a case of technically sound in Fidelis Ilechukwu, and also having the administrators that know what to do at the right point in time, what they need to do to booster the image of these boys. And yes, I think the key decision was the appointment of their CEO and also the backroom staff doing their job to get the 8th league title for Rangers International.
Congratulations to them, but I'm looking forward to what will follow up from clinching the title. I remember the 2015-2016 season under coach Kennedy Boboye. They had backlash from journalists, from fans, when we saw how they paraded their trophy. It was really funny to see that, you know, an old truck, we did see that. But what preparations are in top gear? What are you expecting from the trophy parade for Rangers a football club at this time?
The club, and we were in a meeting, and I mentioned to him that I would personally lead the dragging of the club if they decide to do that sort of a parade they did in 2016. And he made assurances that there wouldn't be any problem, that they're planning so many things to ensure that they have a very good parade. And he was saying that it's quite difficult to get an open bus in the country, and that even if they're not going to do a trophy parade,
this was a throwback. This was a throwback to 2015, 2016.
Yeah, exactly. That they would try just possible to do something that would bring together the people of Enugu to be able to celebrate with them. And I told him point blank that it is not a must for you to have an open bus or a trophy parade. You can even have an event right in the stadium at the cathedral. You bring everyone together, everyone have fun, you enjoy yourself. The players are able to move around with the trophy, and of course ensure that all the security are put in place. So yes, we were in discussion, and I want to believe that he has taken note of all of the things we mentioned, and hopefully we will not see that sort of a trophy parade we saw last time out.
All right, let's talk about the relegation threatened sides. Those who already confirmed, Gombe United, Doma United and Hatland, they have been confirmed. What were the main reasons behind their poor performance this season? And what team do you think will join them in that relegation zone?
Well, I think Gombe United, for me, they've had a very poor run in the season, and also the number of travels they've had to make do with. And most importantly, they had issues with crowd sanctions from the league body. 6 points were deducted from their accumulated point. And if 6 points is being deducted due to you having issues with violence in your stadium, then it's quite very, very going to be difficult for you to escape relegation. So confirmed is Gombe United. They've got 25 points. Already confirmed since 2 weeks ago. Atlanta confirmed just last week when they lost 4-1 to Remo Stars. And Duma United and Sporting Lagos are still in the mix to escape relegation. For Duma United, they've got one outstanding games, but 2 home games in their last. So this Wednesday will be key for Duma United. They face Sunshine Stars in 48 hours from now. And if they're able to win that game, Sporting Lagos will drop down the pecking order to 18th, and Duma United can actually try to escape relegation. So it is still delicately poised. These clubs I know pretty well that the fate is in their own hands. For Bayelsa United, it's pretty difficult. For Aqua United, just to win your last game of the season, you're playing it at home. I think they're able to do that. So it's difficult to really pinpoint the 2 teams that would join Duma United and Atlanta Football Club to get relegated at the end of the proceedings. For Atlanta, I also feel that the change in match venue in their stadium from one stadium to the other stadium has really not been helping them. And also they've not been able to help and keep Kennedy Boboye. I also have a feeling that they should have allowed him to continue his job. They had managerial change, Obi coming in back and forth. But that being said, we are all hopeful that Sporting Lagos can remain in the NPFL. They bring another vibe to the league, but it's not looking all rosy. The last game of the season is against the Shooting Stars, who are also fighting for their lives to get on the continent. All right. The CAF Confederation Cup slot will not be bad for the people of Ibadan.
All right, we saw some thrilling matches in matchday 37, including Lobi Stars' 4-3 victory over Kwara United. What were some standard performances for you, and which fixture do you think will be a determinant going into the last day fixture, like taking in the mood to the last day fixture? We know that Rangers are already crowned champions, so they'll go all out against Gombe United.
Well, I'm looking at the big game that would happen between Shooting Stars and, of course, not forgetting the Sporting Lagos. It is delicately poised for Sporting Lagos to try and avoid relegation. What they need to do is quite very simple. Although on paper, they would have to defeat the big boys in Shooting Stars. They would have to defeat them in Ibadan. And only one club have been able to defeat Shooting Stars in Ibadan, and that's Eyimba. And that tells you the pedigree of Eyimba themselves to be able to get to one over Shooting Stars in Ibadan. So it is really difficult. I think that's the game I'm looking forward to. And I'm also looking at the game between Remo Stars and Katsina United. Katsina United at this point in time are in the top half of the table, and they can actually prove to be a banana peel for this team. And that's speaking of Remo Stars in their quest to get into the CAF Champions League. A draw in Ikene would not be enough. Depending on other results, they might actually drop to 3rd. In fact, a draw can see them drop to 4th if Eyimba win at home to Plateau United and Shooting Stars win at home to Sporting Lagos. So those are the games I am looking forward to. And I'm also looking at Eyimba and Plateau United, because Plateau United have an outside chance of getting into the CAF Confederation Cup place in terms of getting on the continent. So yes, this final day of the NPFL on Sunday promises to be well interesting. For Rangers, they know what is at stake. Just go to Gombe, enjoy yourself. If there are some fringe players that the coach is yet to use this season, just give them some run out. The league title is done and dusted. Your first position is there. You will be playing in the CAF Champions League next season. So yes, right not, they might be willing to give some fringe players who have not been playing all this while some chance to run over. So yes, Remo Stars, Eyimba, Shooting Stars, Plateau United. These are the 4 teams that are still jostling for the final 2 slots available. Remember that the top 2 will qualify for the CAF Champions League, while the 3rd place.
Yes, that draws my attention to my final question. I want to put you on the spot right now. Would you think we'll get a chance for CAF competition for next season after their FA Cup win?
Well, for the FA Cup win, I am looking at a possible NPFL side to get into the CAF Confederation Cup. If you win the FA Cup, the Federation Cup, you go straight into the CAF Confederation Cup. So I'm looking at an NPFL side. I think it's quite very possible that Kano Pillars can wriggle and tiptoe their way into the CAF Confederation Cup. That is if they win the title. Well, I'm also looking at, of course, you know already, Rangers are champions. They will be in the CAF Champions League. I'm taping Remo Stars to finish 2nd and also tipping Eyimba to finish third. I think the league table, as of this time of our broadcast, will be the league table at the end of proceedings, especially the top 4. I think that's how it's going to stand. I think Rangers champions already. Remo Stars should finish second. Eyimba should finish third. While I'm tipping Canopy has to join in from the Federation Cup angle.
All right, we'll be hoping that these predictions for you come to fruition, because fans are really going up, all right, concerning their teams in the Nigeria Premier Football League. We have been speaking to the NPFL expert, Michael Miavan. It has been a very big issue to get you on the show, but today we got you. We got you, bro.
Finally, thank you.
All right, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us on Indie Game today.
Thank you so much.
Yes, some interesting conversation there from the Nigeria Premier Football League, but I will not leave that conversation without giving you the results for the game played for Sunday. Yes, Rangers were able to get the job done, clinch an 8th title after going up against a very, well-tutored side there. They could get that 2-1 win at the end of the day. For the result in the NPFL, we could see that it's all about Rangers picking up a 2-1 win there. We do have Bayelsa United picking a 2-1 win against Shooting Stars. The likes of Sporting Lagos, 2-1 win again. It seems 2-1 kept raining for the Sunday. But those who had a clean sheet were Abia Warriors and Enugu. No, come on. Enugu Rangers over there. Enugu Rangers against Bendel Insurance. Then we had Sunshine Stars against Remote Stars, where we saw some bit of fans, irate fans there, not having to swallow that loss for Sporting Lagos. Moving away from here to the Ghana Premier League, games played sees the likes of Ashanti Kotoko picking a win at home. We have the likes of Beracum sharing spoils, Bechim United losing at home, Great Olympics picking a big win at home with a clean sheet. Legon City had to share spoils. While we've got the champions, already crowned champions, Smartex. They finished 2-0 against Accra Lions. In the Egyptian Premier League, we have one game that was played between Al Arab and Al Gaish that ended 3-1. Today, El Guna will take on National Bank. Zamalek will take on Al Masri. We've got Ismaili against NP. Away from Africa, we go to the Euro, where it was all about Jude Bellingham. But was his effort enough? He scored the only goal as England. They had their campaign to a winning start by a victory over Serbia. Of course, that failed to dispel doubts over the Three Lions, their quest to become European champions, for the trophy to come home this time around. Bellingham was in a class of his own, of course, in that game. The Real Madrid midfielder, he headed on in the 13th minute to cap a fine individual display for the Three Lions. But collectively, England failed to match up the standards of Germany and Spain, who began on high for their opener in the Euro for 2024. The English team, with this trophy come home again, Gareth Southgate's job is on the line, because right now they did not give the performance everyone expected. Goals poured in on day 1, day 2 of the Euros, but when the Three Lions came in, they struggled to get that 1-0 win. That win over Serbia. All right, let's see the results in Group C, where the English national team lies. We have Slovenia and Denmark having to share the spoils. 1-1. Serbia, of course, lost to England with that 1 goal. Away from that, Group D sees Poland against the Netherlands. The Orange, they ended with a win, 2-1 against the Polish team. Austria will take on France in Group D today, while we've got Group E, where Romania will be up against Ukraine, Belgium against Slovakia. While we would see some thrilling encounters for today. Let's see if the goals will come in banging on the day. Let's see the group standing right now for Group C, for Group E, for Group D, and not forgetting Group A and B. We have England in Group C. Of course, they lead after defeating Serbia. Waiting for the rest, Denmark and Slovenia, who ended over there in a draw, so they share 1-1 point. But England is leading with 3 points there after that display against Serbia. All right, we'll be hoping to see other group standings, but if that's not available, let's go to the international friendlies played. Ecuador ended 2-1 against Honduras. And that's international game played on Sunday, while Panama and Paraguay ended 1-0 in favor of Paraguay. That wraps up football. Let's talk about the Paris Olympic Games. As we're waiting for that opening ceremony on July, A technical test for the Paris 2024 Games occurred just over a month before the opening ceremony. So we had talks about a different opening ceremony that will be done at the River Seine. 55 boats were paraded in preparation for the opening ceremony at the River Seine. This rehearsal, held outside of the stadium for the first time in the Summer Olympic history, aims to address some logistical and security challenges ahead of that July 26th ceremony. Earlier rehearsals in April and May were cancelled due to high water levels caused by heavy rains. The actual opening ceremony plans to be involved with 180 boats, 10,000 athletes, 326,000 spectators along the 3.5-mile route from Altelis, the bridge, to the Eiffel Tower, promising to be more elaborate. A good spectacle for the Parisians as they will be witnessing the first of its kind opening ceremony at the Olympic Games. Now let's tell you that Kylian Mbappe has been confirmed that he will not be paraded for France at the Paris Olympic Games. He will not be with the Blues when they go up at the Olympic Games come July. The 25-year-old said in March that he was keen on playing on his home games, but since the Olympic soccer tournament is not a FIFA calendar club, all players are trying to pull out of this competition. Mbappe was not included in the 25-man preliminary squad for the Olympic Games earlier this month, though head coach Thierry Henry left the door open for Kylian Mbappe to make his appearance. So the men's Olympic football competition begins from July 24. That's 2 days before the opening ceremony of the Paris Olympic Games. But it's confirmed Kylian Mbappe will not be making it as Thierry Henry has waited, and he has waited enough. Away from here, due to the anticipated heightened police checks near the Olympic venue in Paris Seine and also Saint-Denis, a medical center serving illegal immigrants will temporarily close down. They will close the doors over the summer. This decision, described by Matthew Dron, head of the Medicines Du Monde, the health center, he says is a challenging one, yet very responsible, and it aims to protect patients. The closure reflects a balancing act between difficult choices and the sense of duty towards those that are in care. So if you're looking to make your way to this health center, it will be closed down during the Paris Olympic Games. Let's listen to the head of the medicine center over there in Paris.
C'est une maladie invisible en fait. Si vous voulez, c'est le système immunitaire qui s'autodétruit. Donc pour l'instant, j'ai rien, c'est très bien. Mais d'un moment à l'autre, je peux avoir une poussée. Ça m'est déjà arrivé justement. C'est pour éviter que ça m'arrive une nouvelle fois que je suis là pour avoir le traitement. En fait, les forces de l'ordre aussi font leur travail. Genre, je vais pas en fait les blâmer. Moi, je sais que je suis en situation régulière, donc si aujourd'hui je me fais arrêter, je vais pas commencer à crier comme ça. Je vais me faire discret. J'aimerais bien genre qu'on puisse avoir accès au traitement, mais si c'est pas possible, je vais rien faire en fait. Je vais pas essayer de forcer le destin.
Il y a des enjeux de santé, enfin
I must tell you that there would be a high crackdown on anything illegal, and these guys, they know over there, because the Paris Olympic Games will have heightened security checks, policemen who would be on check to make sure that the games go without any scuttle. So, wise decision coming from that medical center to close down their illegal operations for immigrants. There you have it. First update at this time. Remember, you can follow our social media platforms at News Central TV. Do not forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember to keep a tab with us, 9 p.m. West African time. Get your game on. I am Onyinyechi Obaru. Thank you for being with us at this time. Have a lovely day.